Well. We have a whole mess going on here. What do we have going on? We have chains, lots of ladders, and some big holes in the ceiling. Well, we're putting a beam in today. This is a house that we wanted to span the entire distance as an open span without these walls. So this line right here, that was a wall, but we've removed it. It's a whole pile of 2x4s at this point. We had to build some temporary walls to hold the ceiling up. So here are two temporary walls that flank that original wall. We've ripped it out. In its place, we have a stud column. In this case, we had an engineer do the design. We have three 6-inch 2x6s stapled together, nailed together every 16 inches with 3 nails. Look at that. Ties those puppies all together. They go straight through to the floor system down below, which will carry the load. So up here, looky. Right there we've got some cuts. Now, those are scary to make, guys, and because if you screw that up, you got to go up in that hot attic and sister on new ceiling joists. So what do? You can see over here, there is a chalk line right there. And we started that chalk line from the center of this stud column, which is the other end of the beam, also stapled together every 16 inches. In this case, 2 nails each. And we'll talk about, we should talk about too, why this is a 2x4 and that one over there is a 2x6 stud column. So we'll do that in a sec. But we snapped a chalk line from this side all the way over to that side. The beams are 1 3/4 inch thick, so we found the center of the stud column and we went off 1 3/4 inch on each side. There are 2 beams, by the way, they are up there. They're 16 inches high, so we already got them up into the ceiling. They're laying flat right now. That's what the chains were for. Talk about that too. All right, so we got these big ass beams up there, 3.5 inches wide. We have a chalk line offset by 0.75, 1 3/4. Now, here's what I'm doing right now. I'm marking each of the joist overlaps with my speed square. So here goes one of them. I take my speed square up here, line up with that line, make a mark. Then I take my gauge block, which I cut at the same 3.5 inches as the pair of beams that go up there. I put another mark on the other side. Take my speed square and make a second line. You can see here where I finished. Right side line off the chalk line, left side line. Then I'm going to take a circular saw, cut out this pair right here. Now, just for safety, the engineer didn't say I had to do this, but just for safety, wherever I've been cutting out, I put a strap. And that's because the roof system is a peak, and when the roof system loses the tension members right here going across, these are in tension. So when that loses that, the roof wants to go straight flat, and the 2 walls, which is my thumb and fingertips, want to spread apart. We don't want that to happen. We don't want the walls to burst down in this house. So we're putting these tension straps. So what I'll be doing is we cut a bunch of those clear because we needed to get the beams up into the roof and back again. But after I cut those clear, I started cutting. That was only the first 3. After that, I started strapping them. So now I'll cut every other one. I'll put a strap on, and then I'll come back and cut the first ones again. So when that's done, those 2 beams will go upright, and they'll drop right in that slot, sitting on that post over there, and this post over here, transmitting the load of the roof system down. They won't do that actually until we put joist hangers up, and the joist hangers are around here somewhere in a box. Might not be real handy, but they're joist hangers. We'll walk over and look for them. This is live, man. So here are some joist hangers right here. You've probably seen them at the store. And here are the nails for the joist hangers. These are 10D nails. So, and then the other cool thing we'll do is we'll nail them in with a palm nailer so we don't drive ourselves nuts nailing it overhead precision. So this will pop in nails really, really easily. All right, so why is this one 2x4s and this one over here 2x6s? I think I said I was going to talk about that, right? This post rather, carries the load for the short beam that'll go from that outside wall to here, plus this long span on the inside. So the end posts only have to be 2x4s because they don't have to carry so much weight. The inside posts have to be 2x6 because they carry the end load of both of those beams. And that's according to a professional engineer, structural engineer, who gave us a stamped drawing. Stamped, sealed drawing is what they're called. So that's really all there is to it. As soon as that beam is up and the inspector comes in and checks that, the temporary walls can come down. Well, actually, the inspector has to check the footing down in the basement, which comes on that drawing. Told you where to cut out the floor and where to pour a footing. So once you have all that stuff, then you can take out these temporary walls, and that ceiling system will be held up by those monstrous chunks of laminated plywood up there. Hope you enjoyed this, and see you next time.